As a solo female traveler, I was told not to travel here by myself. Nicaragua is a country that is high on the travel advisory list to proceed with high caution. However, did that stop me from going? No. I still went, and honestly, I had an amazing time. And this video is to encourage you to travel Nicaragua solo as a female and really enjoy yourself, you know, not letting what people are saying or what the news is saying to stop you from living your best life, really. Like, if there's something that you want to do or a place you want to visit, you go do it. Nothing can stop you. Try your best to stay safe. I'm not saying be reckless. I'm not saying that. I'm saying be smart and enjoy yourself. That's pretty much it. That's my life advice to you. I was traveling Latin America for 1 whole year, and 3 months of that I spent in Nicaragua. I made a video before talking about my 3 months spending in Nicaragua surfing. So I was on a journey to learn how to surf. And while I was hitting each surf spot in Nicaragua, I also wanted to explore. I feel like when you are surfing a country, there's so much more the country has to offer than just the beaches. So I planned my route accordingly so I could kind of see the main spots. And the surfer girl in me went to San Juan del Sur, coming from Costa Rica. The waves were cool. I definitely a beach break, but definitely very popular spot to surf. So if you are a beginner, might not be the ideal spot in Nicaragua to learn how to surf, but still you can have a really good time. I feel like since the Maderas is really close to San Juan del Sur, it offers a nice balance between kind of having fun if you want to party, but also surfing some waves. So if that's what you want to do, party and surf, this might be your spot. I absolutely loved the Hush Hotel. It's really close to a surf break. It's just a walk down a hill, and really it has the most beautiful view for sunsets. I really experienced one of the most beautiful sunsets in Nicaragua. Nicaragua was the country where people were actually spending more time. Like, it was crazy that I met people in San Juan del Sur, and throughout my 3 months in Nicaragua, I met them in different places, like spontaneously, randomly, unplanned. And I felt like that was an experience with a lot of people who were traveling Nicaragua. I think people spend more time in Nicaragua, and especially if you're a solo traveler, it's so easy to meet people and meet friends. I feel like that's one thing solo travelers always think about, like, will you meet people and will you be alone the whole trip? And honestly, that was not the case in Nicaragua. Like, it's so easy to meet people, and when everyone's just traveling solo, I feel like everyone's on a different vibration and they're so much more open. And I feel that you attract people who are very similar to you, and you make some of the best friends while solo traveling, and you bond much deeper. The connections are more richer, and really it's so beautiful. And Nicaragua was a place I found very soulful. So Ometepe is an island in Lake Nicaragua and has 2 volcanoes, and how cool is that? And honestly, I loved the island. It had a very peaceful vibe. You can feel like the energy was very strong there. Like, rented out some ATVs with the friends I made, and we explored the whole island. So we were just kind of driving all around the island, checking out these volcanoes. The view was amazing. I really liked it. And then we also like kind of checked out this lagoon, which was really cool as well. And yo, I had the best like Indian food in Latin America in Nicaragua on this island called Ometepe. Like, it was so good. It was farm to table. All the ingredients were fresh. Café Campreste, just I had like this moong dal and like this aloo paronta. Really good food. So that was definitely the highlight of Ometepe and a reason I would go back. Some very cool, very hippie, laid back island kind of town. Find some very interesting people. So if that's your vibe, I would check it out. It's very cool. After Ometepe, I visited Granada, which is very beautiful. It's a colonial jewel of Central America, so one of the oldest colonial towns. The buildings are very colorful, very historic, a lot of art galleries. you know, very cute cafes. I absolutely love this cafe called the Garden Cafe. I would go there every day and journal, read my books, sip on coffee. It was a colonial home that was restored into a cafe, and it was just so beautiful. I love the vibe of it. It was so peaceful, so zen, and honestly, when I'm traveling, I always look up for cafes, and when I find a place that I like, I go there every day. It's like I literally went there in the morning for my coffee and went there back in the evening just for drinks and dessert. It was that good. I was obsessed. After Granada, I went to Popoyo, and this was a spot that I really wanted to visit. I heard amazing things about the waves and how just beginner friendly it is to surf. Beginners Bay had some of the best waves to learn how to surf, so if you're a beginner, I would highly recommend checking Beginners Bay out. I just had a lot of fun in the water. I just felt like the surf community there was so great. I really had such a good learning experience and felt really connected to the community there. Everyone was just so kind and sweet. I stayed at Vibra Guest House when I was there, and it was just really nice. I had like my own space, my own kitchen to cook, keeping in mind that, you know, Nicaragua, like Popoyo, is very remote and they don't have any grocery stores or any like markets or anything. It's just really a very nice remote beach town, which I absolutely loved. It was so peaceful and so calming, and most of Popoyo was really centered around surfing, and I feel like if you're not surfing, there isn't really much to do. There's just a few restaurants there. I really enjoyed the restaurant Finca YU. It's so beautiful and it's very nice. The food was probably some of the best food I had in Popoyo. For my next surf spot, and I had in mind, was El Transito, and on the way I stopped in Leon, which is another colonial town in Nicaragua. But the main reason I went there was to go volcano boarding. We went to the Cerro Negro volcano, and it's like this huge thing in Leon. It's called the Volcano Day. That was the company that I kind of went with. It was booked through my hostel that I stayed at for like 2 days. The hostel was called Poco a Poco. A very good social aspect to it. They also had like salsa nights, which was cool when I was there. So volcano boarding was a lot of fun. Like we hiked up the volcano for like 40 minutes with our boards, and like we were wearing this like suit, which was really cool. I felt like a little minion or like some Breaking Bad like lab tech kind of vibe it had. Everyone takes turn to kind of like go down one by one, which is cool. And it's like you're on the board and you're just kind of sliding down, and you have a way to go faster. And honestly, it was so fun, but it was also like very dusty because you're like the volcanic rocks and everything. But yeah, it was a really fun experience. I'll insert a video of me going down the volcano, and like we saw like a beautiful sunset towards the end, and then they gave us like watermelon, which was so random but so nice. I also went to the cathedral, which was very beautiful. I went there for sunset. As you can see, I'm obsessed with sunsets and sunrises, and the sunset there was so beautiful. I was just kind of hanging on the top of the roof and just town. I wouldn't stay long. I would just kind of, my main focus there was just to go volcano boarding, and then it was en route to El Transito, which is a fishing village, and they're also known for surfing. I stayed at the Nimbu surf house, which was really amazing. It's very close to the break. I love the vibe of the place. It felt like a home away from home. The food was really good. And yeah, I really liked that. The waves were nice. I would say some of them were beginner friendly. It was a beach break, but very quiet. There isn't much to do there at all. It's very remote. I would say more remote than Popoyo. It was a place where mermaids are, just with the rocks and how they are, and seeing like the full moon there. It's just so beautiful, and El Transito is a very special place. How I got around in Nicaragua was mostly like by bus or like taxi. I feel like that was really the best way, and the buses there are called like chicken buses, which is very interesting. I like those old school buses. Like I don't know how they got there, but it's like a school bus that is called the chicken bus, and that's like the main transportation. So I thought that was like really funny, just being in like a school bus again after like so long. So yeah, that's how I mainly got around Nicaragua. They use like chicken buses. My top tips on traveling solo in Nicaragua is definitely learn Spanish, like be familiar with the Spanish language. Just honestly, I feel not a lot of people speak Spanish unless you're in the very touristy spots, and you'll be okay. But if you kind of want to go off the beaten path, I definitely encourage you to learn Spanish, and especially if you'll be busing and taking like local routes. I think Spanish will come really in handy for you, or just like having the app on your phone. Another tip is to pack light. Honestly, you don't need a lot, so I would not suggest like carrying a big suitcase with you. I would pack very light, maybe a backpack. Just allows you to be self-sufficient if you are able to carry your own luggage and your own backpack. So make sure you don't pack too much and you really just pack the things that you need. Thirdly, don't drink the tap water. I think that's the thing that's all around Central America, like you'll hear and read about, is not to drink the tap water. I would just stick to like purified or bottled water. And my last tip is to listen to your intuition. You know, I feel like we always get gut feelings about like whether or not a direction is for us or something is for us. So I would strongly recommend you to listen to your inner voice, your intuition, and you know what, like make good decisions, you know, and know that you are capable of making good decisions, and don't be afraid to have fun. Listen to your intuition, listen to, you know, how you're feeling about that decision and how that decision makes you feel in your body before you move forward with it. And have trust in yourself that, you know, you will be safe and you will have a good time. And that leads me to my last tip, is honestly have fun. Like Nicaragua is such a beautiful country and there's so much there to offer and so much fun that you can have. So really open yourself up to having fun, meeting new people, and just learning more about yourself. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you book that trip to Nicaragua and you have fun, whether it's to surf, it's to explore, or just have a great time. Please give this video a like, a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much.